about coming to a place like this when you haven't won an away game. Did it matter how we did it tonight, Tim? No, it didn't. You know, his last two performances have been exceptional, and I'm so happy for him because I know how good he can be.
Someone was due a heavy defeat against us, and it's come today.
So, Renault, crazy 20 minutes there.
Crazy 72 hours. You know, you think of how down we all were on Saturday after the decisions didn't go against us, and to get on the coach at 3 o'clock today to come all the way to Marske, who, bottom of the league, everyone expects you to win. The character, the leadership qualities, the effort levels, everything, the psychological aspects of the game, especially when it went 4-2. Massive credit to that group in there, absolutely brilliant. But go back to your first point, crazy 20 minutes. Yeah, it was, with hearts in your mouth. But, as a manager, sometimes you just got to trust your players. And I had full trust in that group out there. And we managed the game superbly well. And then Charlie Munro went and scored a wonder goal. Let's cap off some wonder goals tonight. And we got the points. And, on the scoreline, it looks easy. There's nothing easy about coming to a place like this when you haven't won an away game and there's lots of talking points and lots of pressure on you. It's not easy. It's not easy. So big credit to them. But that's probably up there with the best 20 minutes of football I have seen in my career, the way we started the game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very competitive game from the off. You could see that both teams, in the first 5 minutes, had an attempt on goal. I think it was only goalkeepers coming out quickly to sort of stop any sort of threat. There was no indication that we were literally it was 4 goals in 5 minutes. Just 4 shots. Before that also, Jake scored again. That was ruled off now for me. Basically, it was all day a goal. How you can come from behind the defender and be offside, I don't know. But, we thought it was going to be one of those nights again.
I've got to be careful what I say. I think I said enough about the officials. What happened at the end where Donahue got manhandled and brawled and swung around and ends up with a yellow card. It's frustrating, but I'm going to park what I said. After Saturday. Saturday's now gone. It was important we came here tonight. Jake was exceptional, led the line. Not only did he score 2, he created other ones. Luke Griffiths' overhead kick is as good as you'll see. Max's finish is as good. Charlie Munro's is, unbelievable finish at the end. And did it matter how we did it tonight, Tim? No, it didn't. We just wanted to get that hoodoo off our back and not win away from home. And now, I've said to the lads in there, we can park the league now. Forget about the league till the week on Thursday, till we report for training. It's now about Morpeth in the trophy, Curzon in the Manchester Cup, and just take that pressure off your shoulders now, because they don't need to have the pressure. That's for me. I carry all the pressure. I'll tell you the last thing that I said before he went out there. I said, cast your mind back to when you were all kids, when you were 5, 6, 7, 8 year old, and you just ran around the playground and nothing mattered. Go and play like that tonight. And they did for 20 minutes. There were kids in the playground doing what they did, going 4-0 up, celebrating the way they did. And you could see that, they just needed that belief that despite not winning at Workington and Rylands, there's still an exceptional group. And they've shown that tonight. And I'm super proud. And that's why I just said thanks to them. And thank you from me. Because it's hard for all of us when you don't win games of football, especially in the manner what happened on Saturday. But I'll take that tonight, Tim. I'm chuffed.
Yeah, I think there's probably the recurring theme in both Warrington Rylands and Workington was we just didn't take our chances. We played, for me, probably better for longer spells in both those games than we did tonight. Because Marske were no pushovers. They worked really hard. The ball into the box, basically every single time, was troublesome. But we had that cushion.
You talk about Jan Palinkas. He's not kicked a ball for how many weeks now, and he comes in because Curtis Jones is injured, and it took him a little bit of time to get into it, but he was exceptional. Charlie Ennis hasn't kicked a ball hardly all season. Leadership tonight, his quality on the ball, exceptional, and it just spreads, and at times over the course of the season, you've got to change things, and tonight we changed it, and it's worked. We might have to change it again on Saturday when we go to Morpeth. Hopefully it'll work, but there'll be some tired bodies tomorrow. Some tired bodies. I think they've all left everything out on the pitch tonight, and that's a group that's right behind each other, right behind the staff, right behind each other, right behind the football club. They're desperate to do well, but I don't want them to be too desperate. I just want them to go about doing the business, ignore comments, ignore kind of the noise, put your fingers in your ears, let me take all that. But great group to work with. We've won away from home now. We've got to get on the coach. We've got to prepare for Saturday now, and that's the key thing. We're putting a lot of miles in. out with this week. You know, going to Workington, coming to Marske, going to Morpeth. We've got to recover, and that's the key thing now.
You'll be excited to know it's 810 round trip miles from Broadhurst Park to those 3 grounds.
Is that what it is? So, you know, some miles. But when I say some miles, what about the fans that came tonight? You know, exceptional, and every fan that I talk. We haven't lost faith, Renault. We knew the team would turn around. Thanks for coming. You know, really, really positive comments, and that's what this football club's about. You know, positivity. Sometimes you think that we're up against 12, like we were maybe Saturday. You know, sometimes you think that the people are a bit envious and will do anything to beat us. Couldn't beat us tonight. You know, we were on the front foot. Delighted with a range of performances. But when I talk about delighted, I do want to pay particular mention to one player. I don't like singling people out. Luke Griffiths was exceptional tonight, and Luke's had a tough season. Luke's been here four and a bit years. He's been a really good player for this football club, and he still is, and he's coming into his prime at 24, 25. I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and we've had to take him out. He said, I'm waiting for my season to start, Gaff. You know, I know I've been kind of hit and miss, but he's never knocked on my door. He's never complained. His last 2 performances for this football club are up there with as good as I've seen tonight. All right, his overhead kick is brilliant, but his overall performance levels is as good. And Luke Griffiths can be whatever he wants to be, but he's a normal player who will have dips in his career. And when he puts the dips in it, you've got to put your arm around, you've got to take him out, you've got to talk to him, you've got to build him back up. These last 2 performances have been exceptional, and I'm so happy for him because I know how good he can be. The wrestling them shirts out between him and Donahue and Deck McLaughlin, Charlie Ennis and Charlie Munro. But they're all rotating and they're all doing really well. But I was particularly proud as a manager to see where he was a week ago and where he's come in the last week, and that's credit to himself. And that why I single him out is because that spreads right throughout the team, and that we've got a team full of winners, a team full of leaders. And when it doesn't happen, we roll our sleeves up and go again. And at times when it's not happening for you psychologically or on the football pitch, or you know, we've never lost faith in their ability. And that's the key thing with these players, and that's why I want to single him out tonight. I think that has just spread throughout the team, and you know, I'm chuffed.
Yeah, well, he's chosen by FCM Radio for that super performance as the radio's man of the match. Without again wishing to single out another player, but I think it has to be said that sort of Jake Charles has added a different dimension to our forward line. I mean, I think Max for me has had 2 superb games on the wing. Basically, you know, they should have had a couple of penalties on Saturday, but they weren't. Again, scored a cracking goal, caused panic all the way down that sort of right-hand side. But having that sort of like point person in the middle, I mean, he's either in the centre halves, he's in the goalie's face. He got 2 rebounds off the goalkeeper's kicks, basically just by being in his face.
He's a handful, but more than a handful, he's a really good player. Left-footed centre forward, 6'1", brings people into play, spins in behind, got loads of pace, energy, and brings the likes of Dante and Maxi into the game. And you can see tonight, you know, Maxi's goal coming off the right. But it's not easy to go and find forwards. You know, Nick Ballardo's, you know, still waiting in the wings so you can get in. But when you bring a striker in that should have scored Saturday, goal should have been allowed, he scored 2 again tonight. We're chuffed for that. We're hoping that after the 28 days, you know, we can extend it, but we'll have to wait and see. But we're enjoying having him here. He's enjoying being here. But it's not just about one. It's not about Luke Griffiths or Jake, you know, Guy Hall. It's about everybody, the whole squad, and the character, the leadership. So you had that coach, we had to like Curtis Jones, Jay Fitzmartin, you know, having to rest Charlie Munro for fatigue. You've got to have good players around you, and you've got to have good attitudes, and we've got that in abundance. So we're going to enjoy tonight. You know, we're going to get on that coach. We're going to rest, recover, rehydrate, recuperate, all the R words, and then go to the Morpeth and hopefully, you know, get a result on the trophy on Saturday.
Yeah, just one as well. I mean, I thought another great performance was, and it obviously Pav, I'm presuming, was out just for a bit of a rest. Sort of Declan came in, you know, and particularly in that first half, basically some of the balls he was putting in, we made the first goal. And basically some of the balls he was putting in to, you know, that those sort of like those early crosses diagonally into the box to Jake were sort of causing a lot of havoc.
Yeah. And we know Deck can play there. Pav's been exceptional since he come in, but there was a time on Saturday that it looked like he was running treacle backwards because he's so tired. He's put so much work into it. He hasn't kicked a ball for first 5 or 6 games. We've thrown him in, we've took him out. Now he's playing Saturday, Tuesday, you know, Saturday. Sometimes you just got to come out and have a rest, and he's come out and had a rest as a Charlie Munro. That's the depth of squad that we've got, and that's the trust that I have in them players, that I can take people out and people can go in there, they can give a good account of themselves. They might have to sit down Saturday when we go to Morpeth, but I'm certainly not going to flog people through it. That's why people get a rest, and we've got quality in different positions, and we've shown tonight that without lads who haven't been here or lads who've sat on the bench, we can still come in, we can put 5 past the team, we can get the 3 points we can get, and we can get ready for the next game.
Fantastic. Well, it's a long drive home. Enjoy it.
We'll enjoy it tonight, Tim. There's a bed on the bus as well, we didn't know. Brand new bus, we found a bed, so I might get my head down for a couple of hours on the bus on the way home. And but like I said, thanks for everyone that's travelled tonight. It's lovely to win, you know, and I'm sorry if I sounded down and out on Saturday. But, you know, at times that's what football does to you. You enjoy the moments like tonight, and we're going to enjoy it tonight.
So, Griff, congratulations, the FCM Radio Man of the Match. It was a great performance all over. How much did you enjoy it?
First away win of the season, isn't it? I don't know, since the start of the season we've had knocks and heavy defeats. I think on Saturday we were hard done by getting beat 2-1 by Workington. But today we just wanted to come here and get 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like Browns away, Workington away, both performances were really, really good. We just weren't finishing. You know, basically we weren't taking our chances. We were getting kicked in the arse as a result of it. Difference today was 4 goals in 5 minutes, and one of the pick of the goals was your overhead kick.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think everyone on the team was kind of stunned that we were 4-0 up in 20 minutes. But that's what we wanted to come and do. We wanted to get at them straight away from the off, put them under pressure. We knew if we got 1, we could get 2. And I don't know, I think we haven't scored as many goals this season, maybe away from home. But as the gaffer said, someone was due a heavy defeat against us, and it's come today.
Yeah, and it, you know, people look at Marske, obviously they're sort of like towards the bottom of the table, but
yeah,
you know, they 4-0 up, they came back to 4-2, and it could have been 4-3. It would have been a,
yeah,
been a very different story.
They got 1, didn't they? They put us under pressure. I think we rode the wave for 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But that's what we've got to do away from home. If we go 1-2, 3-0, if they get 1 back, they're always going to put us under the cosh. But I think the lads done well at the back. I think their goal might have been a bit sloppy, but you know, we're 4-0 up, and we wouldn't have minded getting in half time 4-0, but we went in a 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, you had a fantastic game on Saturday. You had another great game today. It looks like you're really enjoying your football at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. I just want to be playing games. I've had personally a bit of a tough start to the season, in and out the team, but hopefully this is the start of the season for me now. Like getting into the team every week and putting performances in. That's what I want to do.
Okay, well, congratulations for your superb performance tonight. You're the FCM Radio Man of the Match.
Thanks, Tim.